to East Coast Elk Reviews. Today, we're doing another episode of Rate That Beer. This is episode 72. I got some beers to review. I got somebody with me here to review some beers as well. So shout out to Bumpy, Jesse, Bumpyisms. Check them out. I see we got some people in the chat here as well. Shout out to Tater Dom. Cheers, Tater Dom. Good to see you, as always. Cheers to you. Thanks for stopping by. All right. So yeah, pretty straightforward. Gonna hang out, do some beer reviews. And yeah, we'll start with Bumpy. We'll see what Bumpy has. We'll pull him up.
You want to start with me? Okay.
Oh, you want me to go first? Or you
Well,
ready?
you have more. I'm just doing the one. Like I said, I'm going to split eventually. Here we go to Alex's. So.
Do you want me to go first then?
Yeah, you can go first.
Okay. All right. So I do have 3 beers. The first beer I'm going to be reviewing is called No Peach Rings Were Harmed. And this is by Proclamation Ale Company. I believe this is one of their new beers. It says, no peach rings were harmed in the making of this beer. So it is a pale ale. 5.7% alcohol by volume. Proclamation Ale Company, local to me, out of Warwick, Rhode Island. Check them out at proclamationale.com. It says this beer was made with Summerstone yeast and new experimental hops, HBC 1019, which both help to give its distinctive peach ring flavor without using actual candy. Interesting. I thought they were actually putting peach rings in it. It's drink fresh, unfiltered, may contain sediment, contents under pressure. This is a pretty fresh can. It says Peach Keen, 1023. So I'm assuming they put this out. This is like a candy beer for Halloween, which is cool, which is good to see. And that's something that I've been talking about doing more candy beers and getting away from the whole freaking pumpkin crap. They still have a pumpkin beer and Oktoberfest, Fest beer, all that good stuff. But want to see more candy beers. Or they're not using really candy, but let's crack it open, pour it up, check it out. All right. We got our 5th anniversary bone saw glass here. We're going to pour it into. And yeah, this will be interesting to see what this new hop variety is like. Now, that color does not look too appealing. Kind of that dirty golden brown color. Hope it's not oxidized there, Bumpy. No, I think it should be fine. But yeah, we'll see what that's all about next time around. And yeah, we'll go to Bumpy, see what Bumpy's got. So, cheers.
All right. Well, I have a beer that Squatchy brewed, dude, when he visited the New England area. He swung by Spyglass, and he absolutely loved this beer, so much so that he bought a 4-pack of it. Nice. So this is the Citra Singularity. It's a double IPA coming in at 8.5% ABV. It's all Citra. Says it's a double New England style IPA, kettle and dry hopped Singularity with Citra. So yeah, he really loved it. Like I said, it was canned on October 10th. So we're looking at 3 weeks old here.
Cheers, Ghost. Good to see you, bro. Ooh, that looks good. It's a nice color.
Yeah, it's a white, fluffy, and sudsy. And it's a mix. The color of the beer itself is a nice deep yellow golden, kind of murky-esque, and opaque, can't see through it. Thinner.
Nice glass.
All right. So we'll get into this one.
All right.
See if I like it as much as Squatchy did.
Nice.
I think I may have had this one years ago. So.
And what was the name again?
Citra Singularity. So
Okay.
the Singularity is their take on doing the double IPAs with
Single hop.
single hop.
Nice.
Yeah, so this one's done with Citra.
That's cool. Oh yeah. All right. Cheers, Bumpy. We'll get back to
Cheers.
you. And yeah, we'll talk about this. So I've had beers that were this coloration that were okay, but just by the pour, I mean, you can tell that this is definitely a little bit darker. But also, I've never had anything with this new experimental hop. And it's also a pale ale. So we'll see what happens. Nose. I get peach, but then I also get maybe like a kind of like that bubblegum, kind of gummy candy thing going on, I guess. There is some malty sweetness. There's a touch of like an earthy note. So I'm a little concerned. It doesn't smell bad though. It doesn't smell like dirt, like sometimes beers are oxidized and stuff, But it does have this distinct kind of like peach candy sweetness on the nose. And then maybe like a slight berry note, like a strawberry or something.
Hmm.
And a like slight touch of hop resin. Some malty sweetness. And a little bit of maybe like some biscuity breadiness. Without further ado, let's try it out. Cheers.
Cheers.
Wish me luck.
Good luck.
I don't know what to think of that. Yeah, something's off. Something's off, dude. I only bought one can too, so it's not even like I can buy another can or drink another can.
Would you want to?
At this point, really, no. Yeah, I think it might be I think it might have some oxidation to it. It's weird. It's funky. It's kind of got this earthy medicinal thing to it. Peach rings on the palate. Definitely not. It's kind of got that dank green aspect. It's not awful on the palate, but it for sure does not taste like peach rings. I don't think this can's all right. I think this has some oxidation. Yeah, some hop resin. Very overly malty, like super intense. Maybe like caramel. The flavor isn't bad, but I don't think this is right. I would say that this is probably oxidized. Which is unfortunate because typically I have never really had this problem with Proclamation. So yeah, I don't know. That's not very good. It definitely doesn't taste like peach rings. That's weird. Yeah, I don't know. This one's a miss. I think they had a canning issue with this one. As far as rating it, I don't even know if I'm going to do that. We'll go to Bumpy, and I'm going to decide whether or not I want to pour this down the sink. So,
right.
Cheers.
Cheers. All right. So with the Citra Singularity from Spyglass, double IPA, 8.5% ABV, that head died down, but it is leaving nice lacing aromas. It's orange, pithy, tangerine, maybe a slight peachiness with pineapple. A little bit of a malt nose coming through as well, a sweeter malt, kind of on the bready side. Smells kind of atypical of an all citra beer. Go figure. All right, cheers.
Cheers, dude. Please be delicious.
Nice, smooth mouthfeel to this one. Kind of a lighter side, medium body. Carbonation has a little finite, tiny ass carbonation bubbles. So it's very spritzy, but it's like not overly carbonated either. So kind of like on the lower side of moderate carbonation, but still plenty of fizz. A little bit of that malt sweetness, bready kind of tones to it. Citrusy. Tangerine. Maybe a little papaya.
Sounds really good.
Slight pineapple still in there. Maybe a little bit more on the cooked side of the pineapple. Bitterness, I'd say, is kind of a mild, moderate. It does have a bitterness to it. Kind of stays within the terms or the realm of being a citrus, kind of pithy, bittering effect, and it's not overly bitter. So this one stays juicy and fruity, and it does have just the undertones of a little bit of earthiness to it. Like I said, a bit of like a papaya type note, so a little bit of a kind of an earthy, pithy citrus bitterness. ABV at 8.5%. I mean, this one it hits kind of like a double would hit. So yeah, I'd say it's anywhere in that 8 to 8.5% drinking range. So it's right where its ABV is at. It's not tricking you into thinking this is more like a single IPA. No, definitely drinks like a double. So, but yeah, pretty enjoyable. So we'll have a rating when we come back around. I think they did a good job with the mouthfeel and everything too. So
Nice, dude.
cheers.
Cheers, bro. I'm looking at. Oh, that's close. I'm looking at a picture. Really?
Do you have to guess what picture you're looking at?
No. Like, look at this. Hold on. Stupid ads. Like that's not what my beer looks like at all.
Looks like somebody got a little sampler of it, so they don't trust Proclamation.
They typically don't have that problem, dude. I've never had that problem with them. I've had a lot of beers.
Yeah, it was probably poured off tap too versus being in a can. So
True. Very true. So yeah, my beer doesn't look like that. It has that peach ring-esque, and it's not really like, you know how like when you get an oxidized beer, it's kind of like dirty and earthy and like tastes like you're eating like fruit that someone just pulled out of the ground. You know, it kind of has that like funky, earthy flavor.
it sometimes can be a little cardboardy and
Yeah, this just tastes
too
like
much like caramel and sometimes
yes.
big guava notes. I
This
get.
is wicked. It's way too much caramel. It honestly tastes like a caramel apple. So it's like not terrible, but it's definitely no peach rings.
No caramel apples were harmed in the making of this beer.
Might as well call it that. Sheesh. That's kind of what it reminds me of, to be completely honest with you. There you go. That was a good one. 5.7. I mean,
you gave it a 5.7 on that belch? Okay.
No, the ABV. Which sucks too, because the mouthfeel and the body of the beer, and even the spritziness of the carbonation is awesome. But you can totally tell it's kind of like this caramel apple weird flavor. Yeah, really. Sheesh, Proclamation. I don't know, man. I guess I just don't understand how these things happen. Is there a problem in the canning line, or the when they're doing it? How does that even happen? How does it usually happen? Do you even know?
I don't know.
Why are some people able to control it better than others?
I'm starting to kind of think. Okay, so
you know what I think it is too? I think maybe it's like a it's got to be like a trial and error thing, where it's like,
yeah,
let's try 10 cans. If 1 out of 10 cans is oxidized, you can't sell it. That's literally the mindset that I would have. But then you also got to figure, how big of a friggin' batch do you think they made? They don't want to lose money, so they're not going to throw out.
Yeah, but the downside of that is, if you're putting out beers that people say, "Wow, this is disgusting," they're going to start thinking that of your beers, and then you're going to lose return customers.
Exactly.
See, I'm somebody that likes to put 2 and 2 together. That equals 4.
Excuse me.
And it all kind of correlates. It's all on like a timeline of, because it was very rare that you'd ever have a beer that would come out oxidized. And then all of a sudden you started noticing like tons of breweries, like it wasn't just Equilibrium, it was like other breweries and stuff started having these problems with, it was like always a canned beers, and there's just like, why are all these beers turning out to be like oxidized? They're all like off color brown and just bad, when there was like hardly ever any issues. But it all started, remember when they said that there was an aluminum shortage, and breweries were probably not going to be able to can their beers anymore because they didn't have enough aluminum. So I'm wondering if a lot of the cans that are being used are some type of cheaper alternative of aluminum, where it's like got other recycled stuff mixed in with it, and it's just not as good as regular aluminum. And that's why, because it all kind of hits on the same timeline of when 2 years ago, all of a sudden they were just like, oh, there's an aluminum shortage, we're going to be running out of cans. And then all of a sudden you start getting all these beers from different breweries that are oxidized. Not all of them, but there's been enough to kind of be like, for me to at least raise, a little like something's off here, because this was never ever an issue. When you think prior to them coming out with the aluminum shortage, there was like never an issue with oxidized beers.
It's funny too, because I've never really had an oxidized beer that came out of a bottle.
Yeah. So I'm thinking it's just cheaper aluminum that they're using.
Could be.
It's blended with something else, and it's not as
sealing as good.
Not sealing as good. It maybe it's porous and allowing oxygen and stuff in too. Maybe the beer's reacting with different chemicals that might be mixed in. That's just me. I mean, now I'm a conspiracy theorist, but it just kind of all lines up within that same time frame, and it's like, just all of a sudden you get numerous breweries that have had, like Spyglass. I've had beers from Spyglass that were oxidized. It's like they're local to me. There's never any issues. And all of a sudden, now they're putting on oxidized beers. I've had oxidized beers from Treehouse. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So. But on
Like I
this
said,
beer,
though, I've
I'll
never
say this
had
beer,
anything by these guys before that was like this.
yeah. Yeah, and it could just be the experimental thing where they're trying different things. And who knows, also you have people, different brewers and stuff like that. Sometimes you lose a brewer, they move on, they retire. You get somebody else that comes up and they don't do as good of a job, even if they have the recipes, they just don't have that pizzazz that the other brewer had.
Mm.
So,
yeah, you're right, though. It's not really dirty. It's just this caramel malt bomb.
yeah.
And it's canned friggin' 1023. Like, this can's like 9 days old. It shouldn't be like this.
Yeah.
Sad.
But I'll rate my beer real
All right,
quick.
let me
I just got to go get. I got to get prepped. I'll still be here, but I just got to go get my chicken tenders,
Yeah.
in the air fryer so that they'll be not too hot to eat. Yeah, for Spyglass Citra Singularity, it's kind of right there with a lot of the Citra double IPAs. It's got a good mouthfeel to it, though. It's tasty. It doesn't get too bitter. It stays mostly on the kind of fruity, citrusy side with the pineapple, the tangerine, the orange citrus, a little peach note, mostly in the aromas, and then maybe some papaya type action going on there and some earthiness. But yeah, I'd land this one just because it kind of just is like a lot of other Citra beers, and there's nothing really spectacular about that to stand out above the crowd. I'm going to throw it right there in the low end, very good, which typically would be like a 4.25 out of 5 if you're doing the untapped type thing. So
Nice. That's
yeah,
good.
it's worth it. I think it's worth a grab if you see it. I don't think you'd be disappointed. I just don't think that you'd be wowed by it either. But
Now, of that series, do you have one that stood out among the others?
no, nothing really with the Singularity. I think I've had like the Motueka one. I believe I've had this one in the past. But yeah, I don't know. I don't remember every single one I've had. I've probably only had about 3.
Well, that's like these guys. It's like the derivative. You know how they do the derivative?
Yeah.
The Citra is the one that they always do that's always phenomenal.
Yeah.
And then they do all the
Citrus
other.
is one of those hops that just,
Yeah.
it works so well
right?
with all, like pretty much every single hop you can throw
That's
out
Citra,
there.
right?
Yeah, this one's all Citra.
Okay.
And it's got a pretty good flavor profile to it as well.
Yeah. I think Citra in general is just a really good hop. Which is why everybody uses it in everything.
That's why they call it a cheater's hop.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like because people use Citra in almost everything because it's like, yeah, it gives off good flavors. So you got some of the beer snobs that are just like, oh, it's got Citra. This person doesn't know how to brew because they just use Citra as a handicap.
What a bunch of weenies.
Yeah. So no, it's a good hub, so I understand using it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like why not use Citra if it gives out the flavor notes that you're looking for?
Exactly.
So yeah.
Well, awesome, dude. Good review.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers, bro.
Like I said, I'll be here. I just gotta go.
Yeah, no worries.
Stuff in the air fryer.
I'll pull myself up. So, the no peach rings were harmed in the making of this beer. Pale ale. Proclamation. Definitely oxidized, in my opinion. It's unfortunate. Proclamation is my local brewery. It's this is like Dan having a bad other half. It's just very disappointing. I like this beer. I wish this beer was peach rings, but unfortunately, yeah, it just didn't. I don't think it came out right. So with that being said, I'd give this probably like a 75 out of 100. Totally not worth purchasing. I wouldn't recommend it. And I really want to try it on draft because I bet you on draft is way better. But yeah, 75. And like I said, probably not going to recommend it. I have to grab myself another glass and I will be right back. So cheers, everyone. And we're back. And I still need to do something. Cheers. right. We're back. I'm eating pizza. Unreal. Cheers, everybody in the chat. If you're enjoying the show, make sure to leave a thumbs up. Yeah. Here's Bubby. He's back.
Bobby's back.
He's got 8 minutes.
My wife just whipped up some sauce that she found the ingredients to make in the Big Mac sauce, and it tastes pretty much like Big Mac sauce.
Nice.
So, you going out, Sadie?
All right. I'm going to finish this. Funny part is it's just not terrible, but it's not good.
Yeah. You still trying to finish the same one?
No beer.
No.
So, excuse me. We have another Proclamation beer.
Nice.
Dun, dun, dun.
Is it an IPA?
No, it's not.
Well, that's good.
Should be good. Excuse me. Woo. All right. So, from Proclamation Ale Company, we have St. Gelais. That's how you pronounce it. And it's a dark mild, English style dark mild ale.
Nice.
3.1% alcohol by volume. Canned 10/3, 2024. Let's crack it open, pour it up. We got our small little dimple mug glass here. Over the pour.
Oh, you're getting so big.
Now I did have this on draft. Grab the can to go. Looks pretty good. A little bit of some bubbles at the bottom there. Wash this out with water, but pours a almost dark brown looking color, but I would say it's kind of ruby. Hold it up to the light. It's kind of got that ruby copper color look to it. The head is, I would say, kind of like coffee cream going towards brown. Head on top. Nose. All right. So you get the roasted coffee. Lots of coffee, actually. Lots of roasted coffee. Dark chocolate. Toffee. And a nutty / biscuity aspect to it. Slightly floral, a little bit like a lemony floral kind of citrusy aspect. Smells really, really good. But very coffee forward. Whereas some dark milds I've had a little bit more nutty, a little bit more toffee. This one is a little bit more on the roasted coffee, dark chocolate. Yeah, it smells really good. Try it out. Cheers. So, very reminiscent to a porter in the amount of coffee you're getting. Coffee dark chocolate. Slight bitterness. Slightly drying. But it kind of has that like more of like a subdued body. Don't necessarily want to call it watery because it is flavorful, but definitely more of a subdued body. Biscuity and bready with the toffee sweetness carrying throughout. But finish is very crisp and clean. A little bit of that citrus on the finish as well. Roasted coffee beans, dark chocolate. Bready. Very, very good. Definitely a nice change of pace compared to the last beer.
Nice. Yeah, that one sounds good.
Yeah.
I've never been like really into miles. They're kind of hard to find for one thing, but
I really like them.
yeah.
Any of the English beers. I wish they did it on cask. I wish they had cask. Proclamation doesn't do any of the cask stuff. Fox Farm does. But yeah, this is really solid. And plus the ABV. You have a 4-pack of this, and it's like what, drinking 2 IPAs. You know, if you didn't want to drink these big beefy ABV beers, and you want to take it kind of slow for the night. Dark miles English beers are really good beers to just enjoy with flavor. Because yeah, it's kind of like you get the aspects of maybe like a brown ale or a porter, but you're not getting that super thick body. You know, it's nothing like a stout. And like a brown ale, of course, you get a little bit more of that body to it. It's kind of like the pale ale of IPAs, or the session IPA of IPAs, I would say. Carbonation is nice and spritzy. I think that's another thing too. With the dark mild or English beers, you get a little bit more of a spritzy carbonation rather than that super silky smooth mouthfeel with the fuller body of like a porter or a stout or a brown ale. Excuse me. But yeah, this is pretty damn good. I do like it. I should have got a 4-pack of this one, to be completely honest with you. I got the Hootenanny and the Lillian, or whatever the hell it was called, the one that I reviewed on Eric's channel for Wild Card that Alex hosted. But yeah, this is an awesome beer. It's very good. It's very tasty. It's something that you could drink, like I said, if you had like an off night where you just didn't want to drink too much. Even if you just had a 4-pack. Really, really solid.
All right, Tanner. I gotta
You getting out of here?
head over to Alex's thing. Yeah.
All right, dude. Have fun.
Yeah, I'll do my best. I'll chew my best.
I'll probably see you guys in a little bit, anyways.
All right. Well, cheers. Good luck with the rest
Cheers,
of your foods.
Thanks, man. Good night, Bobby. Thanks for stopping by, bro. Thanks. Well,
The
not
rest of your
having
beer.
it
I
out.
just said the rest of your foods.
Oh.
The rest of your beers. Yeah.
Cheers, dude. I'll probably see you in a little bit.
All right. Bye.
All right, man. Later. All right, people. Solo. Shout out to Big Chris, BC Beer Reviews. Rest in peace to him. Passed away yesterday. Great dude. But yeah, definitely want to say shout out to him. He is a great beer reviewer. Yeah. Drink this beer for him. Hopefully everyone's having a good night. I know I'm having a pretty solid night. Unfortunately, that Peach Rings beer was not the best, but it's dark mild solid for sure. What's everybody drinking on? What's everybody sipping on? So, for a rating for the St. Gelais Dark Mild English Style Dark Mild Ale, it's pretty damn good. I'm going to give it a 93. With that being said, flavor is phenomenal as far as what I want in a dark mild. I'd like a little bit more of the toffee. I like a little bit more of the toffee sweetness. I like a little bit more of the nuttiness. But with that being said, if you're somebody who likes roasty, if you're somebody who likes coffee flavors, I think you would really enjoy this because it does give the flavors of a porter, but it has that lighter body. It's got that higher carbonation, and it's just a very drinkable, very sessionable beer, I will say, for sure. Very, very good. Pretty disappointed with the peach ring beer tonight by Proclamation. Was not expecting that. I thought that beer was going to be very good, to be completely honest with you. But yeah, who knows? Maybe down the line, if they ever do the brewer again, they'll fix the canning issue. I know times are tough now. materials are probably not super easy to come by. And who knows? Bumpy might be right. Who knows if it's just kind of a cheaper material that's not sealing as proper as some of the stuff that we've used in the past. So hopefully these breweries can get it under control. Proclamation has always been one of those breweries that I've appreciated because they're local to me, one, and also because they just consistently make new stuff. They're always trying to please the community. And yeah, just really disappointed by that peach ring beer. But then I guess they kind of saved their ass with this dark mild, because this is really, really good. Did I say a number? I'll go 92. Did I say 92? I'll go 92. 92 out of 100. English style dark mild, St. Gelais dark mild. And this is why I want to brew English beers. Like Bumpy said, they're hard to come by, and when you make them right, they come out really good. So we have one more beer to review, then we'll wrap this up, probably at the hour mark. Cheers to everybody for stopping by, hanging out. Yeah, I'm gonna finish this off and grab another glass, and we'll review the double IPA I have by Widowmaker. So let's finish this and cheers. I will be right back. this thing's gonna last a little bit longer. 2 minutes is not enough. Be right back. I'm gonna rush. Unreal. All right, last beer of the night. Finish it off with a double IPA. This double IPA is by Widowmaker Brewing. It's called Reservations at Dorsia. Paid like $5 and change for this can. Double hazy IPA, clocking in at 8% alcohol by volume. Canned 10/9/24. So pretty fresh, less than a month. Anything else on here? Widowmaker Brewing is out of Braintree, Mass. Excuse me. Check them out at widowmakerbrewing.com. Stir cold, buy cold, share cold. If this can is not cold, ask why. Why is the can not cold, sir? Let's pour it up. Okay. Mechanical brewery glass. Oh, yeah. Looks pretty solid. Hazy golden orange in appearance. Poured a nice fat 2-finger bone white head on top. Tight knit bubbles. Holding some good retention. Lots of effervescence. Nose. Okay. It's dank. Green. Dank and green. Peach, papaya. It's got that earthy note. Some citrus, like grapefruit in there. Some malty sweetness. Some of that breadiness. It smells good. It smells like it's going to be pretty dank and green. Try it out. Cheers. So, it's got the malty sweetness, but then it's got mango and grapefruit. It's kind of got more West Coast vibes. We get that hop resin, but then you get that malty sweetness carried throughout. 8% is not noticeable at all. Flavor profile, I'm not too crazy about though. It's definitely more malty sweet with, like I said, the mango. It's kind of got that gummy ring thing going on. This more so probably should have. This kind of tastes like what the no peach rings were harmed should have tasted like. Super thick mouthfeel. This is a little bit more of a chewy beer. Carbonation is a little bit more laid back. Lighter side of medium carbonation. Nice lacing on the glass there. Earthy papaya. But then it's got a little bit of like a tart acidic lime note. So like a little bit more of a tart citrusy flavor. Not bad. I don't know. I think just with double IPAs, I personally just like the brighter fruits. And then, yeah, they're using maybe like some type of crystal malt in this because it has that big caramel malty sweetness. And that's not to say that it's like the other beer that was oxidized. It definitely doesn't taste oxidized at all. It tastes like they're using more of some sweeter malts in this one, maybe to cut through that 8% ABV. Still very solid. I think I've had some other Widowmaker beers that were kind of along the same aspects of this one. But not my favorite flavor profile, but still tasty. Yeah. Getting a little bit more of the dank citrusy flavors. Maybe like a little bit of like tangerine is coming through. Starting to get a little bit sweeter. Not as earthy. Not as malty. Yeah, it's getting better over time, for sure. As far as a number for this one, this would probably be in the B range, B plus range. Give it like an 88 out of 100. There's so many double IPAs out there nowadays. You can really tell when one stands out. Especially Widowmaker, they make so much stuff. At this point, I don't want malty sweet in my double New England. Just, it is what it is. I don't want no crystal. I don't want no caramel malt. It's, yeah, it's not something that I look forward to. If I want that caramel malt and I want that earthy aspect, that super dank hop resin combined with the malty sweet, I want that in a West Coast. I don't want that in my New Englands. I want my New Englands to be bright tropical fruit or fruity citrusy, but to be honest, that's my personal preference. So if you're somebody who does like that in your New Englands, then, you know, that's cool. You know, and I can see this appealing to some other people who want that. In hindsight, it does do a good job cutting through that ABV with that sweetness from the malts. But yeah, I'd rather just have a juice bomb over a beer that has that malty sweetness that kind of, in my personal opinion, it kind of takes away from the tropical flavor. It takes away from the citrusy flavor. Because only a small amount can really kind of steamroll over the other flavors. But yeah, like I say, 88 of 100 for this one. Reservations at Dorsia. Really cool looking can art. Fits the bill for yesterday being Halloween. Kind of that creepy looking can art. Pretty cool looking can art, I will say. Widowmaker has always had that theme. But yeah, not bad. Would I purchase it again? Probably not. Would I recommend it? Like I said, if you're somebody who likes more of the malty sweet New Englands, then you would enjoy this. But if you're somebody who likes like the brighter tropical fruits, citrusy aspect in your New Englands, then yeah, you might want to pass up on this one. Still doesn't mean I'm gonna drink it. But yeah. Shout out to Bumpyisms. Shout out to Jesse. Great supporter of my channel. Good dude, good friend. It's long overdue. We got to hang out again soon. Hopefully, me and him will get together and do some more reviews together. Other than that, shout out to Ghost in the chat. Cheers to Ghost and Tater Dom. Always another great supporter of my channel. Let's see. Shout out to, let's see who's live right now. Alex the Beer Master. Go check out Alex the Beer Master. Let's see if other people are still alive. Shout out to Alex the Beer Master and Jordy's Den. Go check them out. They're live right now. I'll probably pop up on their live streams after this. And yeah, look out for more beer reviews for me. I do have a lot of beer reviews recorded that I just need to upload. Check out my Halloween video I did on Ravenous. Well, it was kind of just like a beer review that I did for Halloween. But check that out. Monday, should be doing some type of live stream, 8:30 p.m. Eastern time. And live streams for the other people. Shout out to my boy Beerman over there. Very good friend of mine. Beer and Cheese Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern time. And then also he does his All Spun Out on Wednesday, 6 p.m. Eastern time. And Wildcard Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. So it'll be Monday, me, Beerman Tuesday, Beerman and Eric Wednesday. Check us out. Appreciate you guys stopping by. And yeah, there you have it. If there's anything else you guys can see on my channel, make sure to leave a comment down below. And don't forget to like, subscribe for more upcoming videos. Leave a beer. Thanks for watching, guys. Cheers. But not after one more sip. I love beer. Cheers.